What is going on? Welcome to the Blind Pursuit podcast again. I'm your dude, Kim's 4N, and I got my co-host Flavius in the
Hey,
building.
I'm the sub dude.
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm doing okay. My voice, is a teeny tiny bit craggy. I think I must have chewed a light bulb or swallowed a light bulb without chewing it thoroughly. So don't try that at home, friends, if you're listening. Give you this sore throat. It sounds like I'm mad, but I'm not. I'm a really smiley guy.
You're not coming down with anything, are you?
I hope not. Haven't haven't been in, so to say, the position to come down with something, so I should be all right.
So it's just your throat? I mean, you're not feeling groggy,
Yeah.
eyes hurting.
No. No, no, no.
Okay.
I sang for a long time in a rock and roll band after I was older, and I get these little polyp things on my vocal cords, and that's what it is. Sometimes allergies affect them, and they get kinda weird for a day or two. But I'll be all right.
I'm kind of tired myself, man, but that was my fault. When you get really into something, you just lose track of time.
Yeah, and stay up all night reading and researching and stuff.
Yeah, I was just on the computer last night and I was just looking at this and looking at that. Uh, and next thing you know, it was 11 p.m. I'm like, what the?
How did
And
it happen?
yeah, I mean, I know some of y'all out there be like 11. The night's barely getting started at 11, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm not as young as I used to. I'm not 20, 24, 25. I remember back in the day, yeah, I used to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, but I'll pay for it the next day. But were you ever a night owl, bro, growing up?
I was. I have always had like real weird sleep hygiene. And when I was younger, I loved to stay up all night. Now I'm, if you're not a spring chicken, man, I must be like a fall duck or something. Cause but but yeah, once it starts hitting like about 10 p.m., I'm thinking, no, no, no. Must brush teeth. You start like ticking off all these things you gotta do because you know you're about to crash. But yeah, I used to stay up.
Speaking of spring, I've started my very lazily form of spring cleaning. I was in the closet just
Oh
taking stuff out.
man. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna find in there.
So, going through everything that I found, seeing stuff from my daughters when they were little and
Yeah.
the rewards and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, man, I got a whole bunch of headsets. I wonder how much money I wasted over the years buying more headsets.
But it's
And
like each one is for a specific purpose when you're buying it. You think, "Oh, I gotta have this one for this."
I think these headsets I got when I used to do podcasting a decade ago. I was doing stuff about wrestling. I was doing a wrestling podcast with a
Yeah.
cat, but he kind of faded out, so I just went back to reality. But one of the headsets, though, I was trying to connect it to my Windows 11 machine, which I know how to do, but it wasn't connecting for some reason. The Blue Tiger Elite.
Oh, man. I'd be scared to see what happened if you connected that. That's like a paramilitary unit or something. The Blue Tiger Elite.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I wouldn't even know where to go look. Like, who puts that out? You know what I mean? Like, what's the manufacturer? But I haven't like put my glasses on yet, my Meta glasses,
Right.
to get more information. But if it doesn't work, off into the garbage it goes.
You don't
Look
wanna
at
keep
spring
that as
cleaning.
like a you don't wanna keep that as a museum piece? Huh? The Blue Tiger. That's
Yeah, hanging it up on the wall when they walk into my house.
that's
What's
right.
what's that? Oh, it's my blue tiger. Don't get close to it now.
These proud headphones served their purpose. Yeah, have a have like a display, patriotic music and stuff.
Yeah, so as I was cleaning though, I got a notification on my phone. Do you have nextdoor.com, bro?
I do.
So it was an email notification. What does the lady say? My my nasty neighbor's cat ate my dove.
Ew. Wow.
She was mad because she was like, now, because doves they live in pairs, and now the dove that survives is gonna be
Oh,
howling and howling and howling.
yeah, and doesn't have that lova dova anymore.
Oh,
That's kind of sad,
but
but
we have a cat here, man, and there's been a couple times where we came home. I remember one time my youngest daughter and myself. It was the day she got saved. As a matter of fact,
yeah.
we got home and there was a dead mouse on our front porch.
Yeah, cats will do that, and they'll give it to you as like a present. I thought about you. I slew this creature, and I thought about you.
Yeah, look what I brought home, daddy.
Now,
You know?
my cats are both inside cats. They're super lazy, but every once in a while, I'll catch one of them in the window, and they assume this certain position, and I know they're looking at birds. It's like they're like real taut. Like I could jump through this screen right now and take that bird's flight off the flight schedule. You can just tell they're going, ooh, if only I could get out there. But
The cat's got guts though too. Like I have two dogs, two labs. I can't remember what they're mixed with, but they're both like 80, 85 pounds. They're big mofos, right?
yeah,
And my cat would just come around the corner and just pounce, like jump on the dog like I'm gonna kick your ass, you know? The dog just turns around and looks like, what are you doing?
I know dogs could get freaked out by cats sometimes because of like what you're talking about, that confidence thing. They'll just come in there and like hiss, and I think we don't see this necessarily, but that hair on the back of the cat's neck, the hackles, that all stands up. And apparently it makes them look like really threatening, "Ooh, what kind of creature am I?"
Like 6 years ago, I had a cat. My oldest daughter did. This cat, I was just sitting there watching my summer wrestling pay-per-view,
Yeah.
and the cat comes in the room. And if I didn't mention this before, I have a long braid. That cat jumped on my braid and just hung on. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's bad. I know they will. They will, and headphones and cords and cables, any kind of thing like that, especially when cats are younger, they will go insane. They, they they have to kinda grow into this tolerable adulthood, but, yeah,
I used to
cats.
hate cats though, serious. I used to just you know, I never really wanted animals, bro. I never wanted pets, never wanted to got nothing, you know what I mean? All this came about is because my ex-wife, when we got married, "Hey, honey, we should get a dog." "Okay." "Oh, that one got killed, let's get another one." "Oh, that one ran away, let's get another one because if we don't have 2, then the other one's gonna be sad."
I know
I'm like,
people use that logic, sometimes to and they end up with, like, a bunch of animals.
"Oh."
We always had cats growing up. They'd keep the mouse population, like, from because we were out in the country and there were, like, fields and stuff around, and the cats would keep the rodents from ever, like, invading the house. And they were kinda feral, they'd come up and they would let me touch them, but most other people there's something about when a sighted person looks at a wild cat like that, the cat'll just, like, take off like, "Nope, you're not gonna see me," but they would come up to me when I was a child, so I've always kind of had a soft spot for cats.
I actually like this cat, the one that we have, she's just so laid back, at least or she's just afraid of me, but when my daughter comes home, she's all over my daughter, like, "Meow, meow, meow," just bugging the heck out of her,
Right?
and she'll come into her room in the middle of the night and just, like, nibble at her feet. I mean, does your cats ever do that to you?
Oh, yeah, they will. If you got an exposed toe, they'll They'll come in there, yeah,
I woke
"Hey!"
up I woke up in the middle of the night. I thought my daughter was arguing with somebody, but she's, like, talking to this cat like it was her kid. I'm trying to sleep. Do you realize I got home late from work and then I gotta go back to work in 2 hours, but you're bugging? I'm like I open the door, she stops talking. Who you talking? That's oh, the cat.
I know, you do get into stuff with your cats.
And then she slams the door
Conversations.
like, "Ah, let me sleep." But guys, we're not just here to talk about cats, but it's a rabbit hole we go down because, we're old and
Exactly.
they're the only friends we have left, it seems.
Oh, we got lots of friends somewhere.
And speaking of friends, though, I mean, phones, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about how different phone usage is now. Like, when I was a kid, now we're talking late '60s, early 1970s. We had a dial phone. Have you ever seen, like, a rotary phone that
Oh,
didn't have
yeah.
buttons? Yeah, and
Yeah.
you just the numbers go, like what is it? To the left is counterclockwise, right? So you're just dialing away on that thing, and it makes that little shick shung noise. And so we had those for a long time. And when you were on the phone, that's pretty much all you did. You sat in this one chair. The thing was wired to the wall, and there was a
Your
cord.
parents are hearing the whole conversation.
Exactly, yeah, and they're, like, getting ready to quiz you afterwards and stuff, but you sit there. Then first push button phones came. We thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And then what? Cordless phones in the '80s, and man, that's when phone manners began to decline. Because people be walking around with those cordless phones, you'd hear, like, the kitchen sink, and that's okay, they're cooking or cleaning up. But somebody'd be talking, and they'd be quiet for a long time, and then all of a sudden you hear that flushing sound. You go, "Oh, no, 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 you didn't just do that." But, yeah, people take the phone anywhere now with cell phones,
Well, that's
they
a
will
good question, though. Like, you really think it's the phone, or you think it's I don't even know what word to use. Manners, I guess, from the person. Like, I've been on the phone with people. They'll talk and talk and talk and talk and talk to me, right? And then next thing you know, there's two other people in the room, and then they'll just start talking to them, and I'm over here playing with my thumbs or whatever. So I just
waiting
hang.
on them. Yeah,
Yeah, I just hang up. And then why'd you hang up?
I know.
Duh.
I know, but it's, like, all blurred. It's like talking on the phone just for that one thing is not that's not a universal thing. It's like I was talking on the phone and I was making supper, or I was talking on the phone doing this. And yeah, some people, well, they were talking on the phone and they had sex on the phone. But
Oh.
but it wasn't always that way, I tell you. I tell you what, it wasn't always that way.
And then you look at, like, videos, like FaceTime video.
Yeah,
It's just
all of those things.
do you think we're just, crapping all over this because, "Oh, you just can't benefit from FaceTime video because 'cause you're blind?"
Well, I don't think so, because we do get a lot of use out of, in my case, the iPhone. So, it it just seems like, though, man, people call you in their cars, sighted people will, and you just think, you're driving this multi-ton vehicle at, like, who knows, 60, 70 miles an hour, and you're trying to tell me the meaning of life, and you're in heavy traffic, and it just seems ill-advised to me. But, as we pointed out, I'm an older guy, so it may just be that.
How much are gas prices in your area right now? Speaking of cars.
Well, they're going up. I think I think a couple of days someone told me they were like 3 something, but,
Oh,
but they got that straight closed, and of course, by the time this comes out, that'll either be old news or no news at all. But yeah, it's making a difference.
We are us over here in Eastern Washington, it's like $4.50 a gallon.
Yeah,
My daughter can't even afford to fill it up anymore. She's like, "I just
I
do half
know.
tank."
I know. And people have told me that too. And, of course, me being who I am, you always start thinking, yeah, you might have to start using public transit. But
We
public,
do.
I know, but public transit is not always available for people. It's going to be an interesting next few months just to see what all happens with that.
I remember transportation over here in Eastern Washington. It only would open from like what 6 to 6, and
Yeah,
then that was hard because it's like how I felt like you were limited or you had to work around. Oh, I can't work for this place because the last bus I can catch is 5:45. But I mean,
right.
there were after hours transportation.
But it is like you wouldn't be able to get home necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, unless you worked 2 blocks from your
Really?
house or something, but
Yeah.
I think it's going now from, like, 6 to midnight, I believe, but I don't take the bus anymore. With my and this is not me making an excuse for nothing, I'm just too much of a pansy to try it. Because what if something bad does go wrong? But I just can't hear things around me, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, buses are real loud. I don't think you're being I think you're just being wise because
especially now when a lot of people driving hybrids, those really
yeah,
quiet motors.
yeah, they'll just coast right up to you and bust you and you wouldn't know.
Speaking of hybrids, man, it seems like this neighborhood here that I live in, everybody has one of those, man. And have you heard the sounds that those make? And when they pass by, it sounds like a spaceship going by or something.
Yeah,
Like,
real quiet, like stealth mode or something. It's like, yeah.
yeah, I hear three of them in a row, and that's the only way I can tell when my daughter is, getting close to the destination, which is picking me up, because I can hear the car.
Yeah.
Oh, incoming, airplane incoming, you know?
I know, but it makes you feel like the next stage is gonna be like something off the Jetsons or something, where the thing is hovering
Yeah.
above ground or something crazy like that.
Or like, have you ever watched that show Knight Rider back in the day? Back in with
Yeah, yeah, with the smart car. Yeah, it was
yeah,
always
yes,
ta
man, I always wanted a car like that.
talking to him, yeah.
He turns into an airplane.
Yeah, that was pretty
"Man,
fun.
I hate this traffic." And then here's Kit, "I could fix that for you."
Yeah, really.
He goes flying over the traffic.
I know. Yeah, that was a fun show.
Speaking of shows though, but we've had a couple of guests now. What are your overall thoughts about the folks we've been meeting? Like,
Very
I know we talked about them in separate episodes, but overall, we got a pretty good bunch showing up.
motivated people, people who found themselves in a certain position and worked their ways into just, I guess, a full life or a full existence, and that could mean anything to anybody, but they they all just seemed like real purposeful people to me.
Yeah, one of the things to keep in mind though, a few of these cats that we've spoken to, they are completely opposite from the guest that we have coming up today. Meaning, he's a young buck, younger than younger than you,
Yeah, well, everybody's younger than me now, come on.
half the age really. And this is not me trying to insult anyone, but he's a youngster, and that's what I like about this show, bro. We're gonna talk to different people. It doesn't matter if you're 80, 40. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't doesn't matter if you lost your vision yesterday,
right?
cause that's the beauty of hearing all of these different stories and getting different perspectives.
Yeah, because you never know how something you hear from one person might be of help to another person. It's always
Yes,
good
sir.
to, as they say, share experiences.
So you got anything coming up this week though with your activities?
This week is going to be kind of quiet. I do have creative writing on Thursday evening, and I think I was telling you about that offline, but I hopefully am going to have my little project finished and I'll bring it into them and they'll critique it. And I'll have to decide if I want to run with the critiques or if I think it's what I want it to be. But I hope I'll have that ready by Thursday. Other than that, it's going to be kind of a quiet week, but that's all right.
Oh man, let's see. For me, as of this recording, I got spring break coming up, you know. So I
Yeah,
get 9 days to hibernate.
very good. So
And this
when does your spring break start?
technically what's let me see.
Today's the 22nd.
Yeah, so 22nd. So technically, according to the school calendar, it starts on the 30th.
Okay. So, yeah, you'll have this week of work and then you'll have some chilling time. That'll be good.
But, I always count Friday, when it hits time to go home. So that's why I say 9 days, but technically on the calendar, we only get 5 days. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah, because you don't go to school Saturday and Sunday. I think we got, like, 20, 30 some days,
Yeah.
official days, going of work. I have my, my annual evaluation
Oh,
coming up.
man. Yeah, I used to always dread those. Of course,
I used to for years, but this one I'm more particularly worried about because it's just been a really tough year for
how
all of
so?
us.
What's been going on?
No, it's just a lot of kids. Just a lot of kids.
Right.
There's no unsolved mystery, no PI needs to get involved. This is simple, like you trying to serve all these kids and you can't. None the
Right.
ratio just doesn't,
Yeah, the
you know.
resource to student is not what it should be, right?
Yeah, it's like if you got let's just say if you got two adults in the room and you got 63 kids
Oh, yeah.
that all have needs, and that's gonna be tough to meet every single need.
Yeah, I will.
And you're gonna have to work hard and hard and hard overtime and just what is that? Run around like a chicken with your head cut off?
Yeah, and you get tired and you probably have to start making, I won't say compromises, but like shortcuts.
Yeah, so that's I don't know, maybe it's just me being self-conscious. I've always been subconscious of things I do because yeah, I don't know, this whole thing for me is also new too. Because like, I I don't think I ever mentioned that though on air, but I reduced my hours because of I wanted my student loans to get forgiven, so, they're jam-packing pretty much a week's worth of students in, like, 3
In
days,
the 3 days, yeah.
so that's why I'm glad I have 2 weekends, my Wednesday and my
Really?
Thursday.
Yeah, you get that good second Friday going in there on Friday. That is good, though.
But yeah, I would be I'll do it. I've been trying to. I've been trying to get some hours back, but
But, of course, now you have your Cambodian student project on, like, Wednesdays also, right?
yeah, I was about to jump on that after I was done talking about that, but basically, yeah, that's going good. I mean, we're just meeting every Wednesday, 8 to 10, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. their time.
Yeah,
What did we do last week? Doing the family tree stuff. Like, I'm trying to teach them how to say mom, dad, and extended family, nuclear family, things like that.
right. Well,
Those words.
just be glad Arkansas is not in Cambodia, you know. You'd have some explaining to do, but that's so when you teach them, I know you have told me, like, privately that they all seem very, first of all, grateful, but what other kinds of interactions have you been able to have with your Cambodian students?
Well, the fact that they don't understand English and I don't speak Cambodian to them
Yeah,
because I feel like that's counterproductive. It's like, hey, we want to learn English, but yet you're talking to me in our language, you know?
right,
So it's still in the honeymoon phase. I've only been doing this for like what, a month now, I believe.
right,
And yeah, that may seem like a long time, but when just think about it, you're in a whole different country and you meet somebody else from a different country, you're like, what the, you know?
yeah, it's gonna take a while.
There's a couple of students in there that, they chop it up with me, which I keep forgetting I have that app, Telegram. Have you ever used Telegram?
I never have. I checked it out one
It's
time.
terrible.
Well, that's kinda where I was headed. It seemed just not very responsive, and you know me, on the different kinds of phone communication apps, I can be slow to know. So
Yeah, but I don't even want to waste my time looking up where Telegram came from. Da da da. I heard of it the first time ever in life. Like I said earlier, when I used to do the wrestling podcast a decade ago, I asked one of the guests that we had on the show, "What do you do to communicate with your friends when you talk wrestling?" I use Telegram. I'm like, "What in the blue hell is that?"
yeah, because it's another thing, like, I guess it's okay to mention all these, like, Discord and some of the other ones, right? Where you just
Yeah,
form your little group.
they're just more updated, upgraded, advanced. You like Discord, dude? I don't know, man.
I really don't care for that. I If I could manage the notifications better, I might spend more time on it, but, when you've got something open and it gets real active and you've got several people talking at once, it just overwhelms me. Yeah, I'll be doing that swipe up and out of here thing.
I used to talk to a guy named Brian. He's in your neck of the woods over in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah?
He would tell me, you know why people use Discord, don't you, bro?
Why?
No, that's what he would say to me
Okay.
because he's Mr. Know-it-all, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, huh, I don't know. How about you enlighten me, sir? Because on Discord, there's no monitoring. So you can do and say whatever the hell you want. You can get on there and show your penis, your titties, and curse and this and that. That's what's wrong with society today, because there's
Wow.
no consequences. People can do what they want and say, I'm like, dude, you were just telling me why people use Discord. You just went
Yeah.
down two rabbit holes, and then you're blaming society. Oh
I
man,
know. Well, is that true anyway? Don't they got moderators and stuff on those Discord servers, don't they? I always thought there was somebody who could, like, if you were just causing whatever kind of trouble, I always thought there was somebody that would be kicking you off, but maybe not.
but I think he means like the people who created Discord. Yeah, you got your moderators in these groups that you participate in,
Yeah.
Not you per se, but anyone, but 'cause it's just like participating on this podcast, we're the mods, right?
Yeah.
So, at least that's how it should be with these Discord. I mean, because I haven't seen one. I'm pretty sure there are out there, like, where there's, what do you call it? I had to learn the lingo when it came to Discord. I'm like, "What's a server? What's a
Yeah.
channel?"
There's servers and then channels within servers. But it's like the old folder subfolder structure, you
I know, but it's just, like, different terminology. People were laughing at me, man. I'm like, "Hey, I've never used I've never even heard of Discord until now."
Yeah, I know. I just kept accidentally leaving servers, and then I go, "Well, that thing was there 5 minutes ago. What happened?" You can't
Do you think we should create a Discord for The Blind Pursuit?
man, let's don't. Alright? 'Cause one of us would have to be the moderator, and sometimes it would be my turn, and I would hate that. I really would. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to be. I just hate navigating on Discord, man. I mean,
I know.
I don't know if it's better. Well, you've never used Discord with Windows, right? So the Mac users say it's so much easier to navigate via the Mac.
Well, I would go in through the Mac browser and yeah, if you're in a small group and that's all you got, it's good. But if you were trying to monitor several things, you would experience that same like vertigo after a while. Like, wait a minute, where am I? Where was that thing I intended to click? Because it's like the screen's always trying to refresh and, some topic comes up that everyone wants to participate. Boy, that's another thing about the history of phones is texting, how that took over. But, yeah,
Okay, so when your kids were younger, did they ever text like how my kids text, or even adults these days, really?
yeah, they
Um,
did.
let me give you an example. This is what I mean. Hey, Dad, send. Can I send? Go to my friend's house, send. I'm like, dude, type the whole text in
I
one
know,
message.
but when they were first learning how, man, I shouldn't even tell you this story, but my oldest daughter wrecked a perfectly good Toyota Camry that I had moved heaven and earth to get that car for her. It was a used car and it was owned by a lady. It hadn't put very much mileage on it. And man, I had to go to the credit union and go, yeah, she really needs this car. She drives for her mom and la, 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 la. And she was texting and had a wreck and totaled the car. And I couldn't be mad at her because I was so worried about her, getting hurt. And she finally told me I was texting. So I probably had smoke coming out of my ears, but I didn't say anything. But I did not replace that car for her either. She had to work for her next car.
I used to, when my kids started driving, she would talk all high and mighty. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like all them other idiots and text. And then, but once she got further into her driving, got more confident, whatever. Next thing you know, we're headed to Walmart or whatever. I hear, tick, tick, like, what are you doing? Why are you texting?
I
Get off
know.
the phone.
Yeah, behind
Uh,
the wheel. And
exactly.
it's probably before there was, like, hands-free. At least now, you can talk to your whatever it is, voice assistant in the car, and it's not as bad, but still, I don't know.
Be like, man, you almost hit that kid that just crossed the street. Really?
Yeah,
You would have known if you weren't. And then they realize, wait a minute, you're blind.
yeah, you don't know that. Quit it. I know. Yeah, they'll, catch on eventually that you're messing with them. But, yeah, people call like on a long trip and you can hear them out on the road in that car and they just talk and talk and talk
In
and
the air or whatever,
yeah, yeah,
like you
yeah,
can't even hear them
I
because
know.
the white noise or whatever you call it. You know what I mean, right? What it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's that just perpetual road noise or whatever it is.
Yeah. And then when they're in the car, they're yelling, like, because that road noise you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, Angela, she came home and
yeah,
told me about, Bubba like beating the shit out. Sorry, stupid it sounds.
I know.
I'm gonna see. How about you just roll down your window,
Yeah,
stick your head
really,
out the window, and just tell the whole world.
really. Scream it all over whatever zip code you're passing through. Yeah, I know. But things, with the phones, they really are way different now. And
And way more expensive too.
yeah, they do cost you a lot, but I kinda dig that thing of having, like, one phone number that's yours, and even though it means you have to be extra careful, like, with all your credit cards and everything else, it's still kind of convenient that so many things are I won't say they are contingent on, but they're sort of linked to that one phone number. But yeah. So now you do all your bills and stuff pretty much online, right?
Well, now pay everything online except for the car that
Yeah.
my daughter drives, and what's the other one? There was another one because ever since we switched over to 2026, everyone seems like all the companies decided to use new pay portals.
Oh
So
man.
I'm like, because I have everything bookmarked for the water, for this and that, and the other. That's another thing a lot of people say, bro. This, that, and the other,
This,
whatever the
that, and the
case may
other.
be.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, okay, you're cool. This, that, and the other. But that's another episode in itself.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna put them all together on one episode. It'll be an hour of saying absolutely nothing. It's gonna be good.
Um, but yeah, I do it all on. Let's see. Yeah, I pay like 98% of my stuff online. But like I said, the car and there was another one I can't remember right now. That I have to call in and actually say my number, my address, and
Yeah,
the bill number, whatever it is, the account number.
I
I
know.
even called the company. I'm like, hey, I need someone to call me to set me up with the new pay portal, so I don't have to keep calling to make payments. So I'd rather just do it from the computer. But that's like, I don't mind doing that. But if you're gonna run late somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just more convenient. Maybe I just fell into this whole generation of laziness, just doing everything on the computer. Like, remember, I think the other day on another episode we talked about old school paying bills and driving to.
Yeah. Yeah, see, because I used to have to do, like, checks and stuff, paper checks, and that was very difficult. It usually required help from somebody else, and a lot of times it was somebody you didn't know. So, it they always said that online is actually more secure than paper, and I think that's true, but man, you do have to be wise. Because they're just like billions of lookalike spam and scam phishing emails and stuff trying to get you to click on these different links. And all that stuff gets a little more sophisticated every year. So
When we're talking about paying bills in person and not online,
yeah,
I remember this one time I went to the light place, I'll just call it. Mhm.
yeah.
And I have my cane and all that stuff. I'm walking in with my Zen brother-in-laws, and they were holding the money. And I walk in, I'm like, "Where's the money? Where's the money? Give me the money. Where's the money?" And then we paid for the bill and everything, and then when we left, they started laughing. I'm like, "What y'all laughing about? Bro, did you hear yourself when you walked in there? You were like, 'Where's the money? Give me the money. Where's the money? Give me the money.'" They thought they were about to get robbed.
I know.
I'm like, "Bro, I was talking to you guys."
Yeah, that's pretty good. But
And they should have known unless they were like, "What? This dude is blind." That don't mean I can't rob you though. You know?
us maybe so. I've never, had that happen, but I suppose it could happen.
Well, it could happen. I mean, just
Yeah.
we try to tell people just because you're blind doesn't mean you can't do anything, but we ain't trying to tell them to go
Yes.
rob anybody
I
though.
know, that's right. Let's don't steer them into a life of crime. But, yeah, but bills, at first, online stuff would be difficult, and over time, it's become more accessible, but there's still a few sites that can get me. We pay for the gas bill. That company, I finally just did that thing. I don't like doing those automatic and the recurring enrollment thing where you enroll in automatic payments and
It's
they just
funny
take
how
it
you
out.
say that because I was just about to ask you, because my coworker does that. She has everything automatically dropped to
Yeah. I don't like doing that though. I always want to see it first. just for no other reason than just to know, okay, it's going to be
I
this
don't know. What if
much.
you get hit with like some sort of fee or something? Where the hell did that come from? You know?
Yeah. Or, and, maybe I'm overly paranoid about this, but what if something got hacked? Because companies do. I hope it's okay for me to mention that like AT&T got hacked a couple of years ago and they let everybody know who might have been affected. But man, I started getting, I was using that ID monitoring thing. And I started getting all these notifications. Your information is on the dark web. And they'll get like bits and pieces of your info and they sell it all around to like different, kind of shady data brokers. But yeah, sometimes the big companies do get hacked, and that's another reason I don't like doing that automatic stuff. But some days you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I just don't like the automatic payments because, like I said before, I at least off air that if it's due on the 30th, not a bad time because I usually get paid at the end of the month. Let's say the 18th. I don't know if I'm gonna have money on the 18th.
Yeah, and you like to let that thing float a little day or two or something.
So
But
yeah, we were creeping up in the second hour. So let's hope, not hope, but
yeah,
I look forward to our guest coming up
I
and
know.
see
Yeah.
how he's doing.
Yeah.
He's a young man by the name of Daniel Pena,
And he lives where?
Minnesota, I believe.
Okay. I have never been to Minnesota.
He used to be in my neck of the woods. As a matter of fact, folks, the guest that we have coming up, I taught him. I was one of his teachers from when he was in third grade all the way until he graduated.
Very good.
So I've known the young man for quite a while.
Good. So you can check him out and see how he's progressing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I will say we don't talk on the regular, on the cellular, but because he got his thing, I got my thing. But I'm glad
Yeah.
he's
I
doing
know, but it
well.
is funny to like run into people that you knew like when they were children. Man, I'm gonna tell you this one story real quick. When when my daughter was small, she had like these three other friends. They went to the same daycare and stuff. This was before they even started school. And they always called themselves the four of us. And so sometimes they would
Sounds like a
all
horror movie.
yeah, they would all go with me, we'd take them over to Target and we'd walk around and eat over there and stuff and just play and have a good time. Well, they all grew up into adults, and I'm trying to think of a tactful way to put this. This one young girl, when she hit puberty, puberty hit her back. And she saw me one time when I was an adult, and she goes, "Hi, Mr. Trainum, it's Emma." And she came over and hugged me. And man, like I say, puberty had hit her very hard. She was uh, possessed, if you know what I'm saying. She had quite
You know,
quite the
I
rack.
I wasn't always, and I still am not. I mean, I was talking with somebody about this, I don't know, 2 months ago,
Yeah.
because they actually made the statement, your students must really like you. I'm like, no. They're like,
Ah,
why you say that? I'm like, because I'm a no nonsense dude. I'm like, hey, you're talking too much. You need to get your work done,
yeah.
and I don't, that's just always me. Like, I have that mantra of like, show up, take care of business, let's get out. But I'm not a prick about it, you know? I'm just have that serious tone, and maybe it's my facial expression too, because I'm often told that I look serious,
Yeah.
or as they say, look mad. So I don't know, but like I said, like in life in general, I'm not out to win a popularity contest, you know?
No, see, and then you have me who had to be taught how to scowl. So we end up being all extremes of that kind of thing. But
Well, my
yeah,
coworker, on the other hand, yeah, I mean, it's just they'll see her, she'll see them down the road, get all excited, da da da, whatever, this and that, and the other, this and that and the other. But no, I just show up and do my thing, and
yeah,
I don't need what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you don't need to boast that you helped me with this, you helped me with that. I don't I don't need that accolade.
but do you feel like you form certainly conditional and temporary, but do you feel like you form relationships with your students at all? Or is it kind of a
During the school year, yeah, but, after
like
after it's
what was that movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where that guy's just calling that role, Bueller?
yeah, I mean, like, all through school, we certain some of us got along, meaning, like, just chill, did our thing, whatever, but
Yeah,
after they all dipped, graduated, it was not to be heard from, but that's okay, you know?
yeah.
As long as you're out there doing your thing.
So what is the age range of the people you teach in your school job?
Let's see, every year is different, but this year I'm working, middle sch what do you call it? I guess it all depends on which side of the planet you live on, right?
Yeah, but like
We do
middle
mhm,
school,
yeah, I
junior
work
high, something like that.
I work junior high and up. Like, my youngest student's 7th grade, my oldest is a senior, and
Yeah.
then everybody in between is, like, on average, freshman,
Right.
junior.
Hey, Daniel is here, so hold on just a second. And here comes Dan right now.
Hello.
Hey, Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great.
"Hello, sir. This
We
is
got the boss man here.
how you doing today, my young man?"
I'm doing well. Doing well. Thank you.
Alright, so I gave you the spiel off the record, right, about this podcast. Basically, we just got you up on here, to have you tell your story, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, where would you guys like me to start?
Well, let's see here, and feel free not to answer any questions that you don't feel comfortable asking, right? So,
Yeah. Or just make something up,
yeah. How
All right.
how long how long you been, visually impaired?
Been visually impaired my whole life since birth.
Okay, so there was, like, really no adaptation that you had to make?
Well, I did actually. Before back in 2017, I could see decent with glasses. It was clear. And after I took a welding class, it became my vision became worse, and
Yeah.
it began to get worse after that, and blurrier and blurrier, and so yeah, it kind of progressed from there as far as that goes. I'm still visually impaired. I still have partial vision, but it's just more, and I got to use the adaptive skills. You know, uh, I guess what I've learned as far as from when I became more, I would say, more visually impaired.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
So
you
are
know.
you have sight in both eyes?
No, I only have sight in one
Vision?
of them.
So you're totally blind in one eye?
Correct. Only light perception on one. Yeah, the left one.
Hey, man, I was wondering, what do you think about the term half blind? Have you ever heard people say that?
No, I've only heard visually impaired or blind. That's it.
Yeah, because I was talking with somebody a while back. Yeah, I'm half blind. I'm like, what the blue hell is half blind?
Yeah.
But so growing up that way though, bro, and before you came in, I let people know that I've known you since how old were you in the 3rd grade, bro?
Oh God, what? I was maybe eight
You're
years
like
old, maybe
you're like you
maybe
you
eight.
were like 11 weren't you like 11? Weren't you held back quite a bit? I'm kidding, I'm
No,
kidding.
nah, dude, come on.
But yeah, 9, 8, whatever. So yeah, I've known you for a long time. So I should know some of your background, but me being who I was to you back then, I was just there to teach you. So, uh, but your family. Let's go back to your history though. So, how was that growing up with your family, having a visually impaired sibling or son?
My parents did everything for me. They kind of sheltered me. Uh, I didn't have many friends aside from like the neighborhood friends, which was very few. Um, and I spent my time playing video games. All the
Yeah.
time on my own, and I would make friends online, playing with them with mics and microphones, and playing war games. That's kind of what I it's kind of what I love.
Yeah.
So you said shelter. So are you talking like they just kept you in the house, or you just chose not to go anywhere, or what do you mean by?
A little bit of both, maybe, but I would say it was mostly my decision to stay in the house and basically be just focus my time on video games and being online. It's all I thought I was capable of at the time.
Do you have any siblings, like brothers
Yeah,
and
I do.
sisters?
I do. I have two sisters. They're younger than me.
Okay. Yeah.
And how did they take to you being vision impaired growing up?
They just know that I'm basically blind, and that's it. It's
They don't
nothing
make fun
really.
of you like siblings
No,
do? Yeah.
no.
I remember when my sister, she got so mad at me. We were like, I was in the 4th grade, and I don't know why I got mad because she broke my glasses.
Hmm.
Because they didn't improve my vision anyway, so I don't know why I got mad. But so what's your eye condition, if you don't mind sharing
Oh,
that?
it's a lot of things. It's retinopathy of prematurity, and then I have cor- I always get this one wrong. Corticones. It's where your like cornea kind of becomes a cone, sort of.
Okay.
And then I have an irregular pupil, and I have a nystagmus and a lazy eye.
Wow.
Lazy eye.
Mhm.
How was it though? Okay, so how was it for you? Like I said, I was probably in your life just for 1 hour a day, but outside of what we did for you, what was life like for you in school in the general ed class? Were you falling
Um,
behind for whatever reason?
yeah, I was. I looked at my high school transcripts not too long ago, and they were pretty bad. I wonder how I did not get a high school diploma. Um, I got this thing that the state of Washington calls uh, certificate of individual achievement, and it's basically a get out of jail. You're basically
Yeah.
Get out of jail free card.
yeah, basically, I still have a diploma, but it's not really a high school diploma. And I realized that a few weeks ago, and it did affect me thinking, I don't really have a high school diploma. All I have is a certificate. That doesn't work.
Yeah. But you might be able at some point to get like, wouldn't a GED be recognized all over as high school equivalency? I'm just kind of brainstorming.
Nowadays it is. I mean, the
Yeah.
GED is like right on the same level as a diploma now,
That's
man.
that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure about that.
But all I think that employers want to see is graduated on X date. If they see my
Yeah.
transcripts, they'll say I graduated. That's all they care about. Did you graduate
Yeah.
high school? Yeah, I did. I graduate high school.
Yeah, we don't care how you did it. Did you do it? You know?
Yeah.
Let me just tell you though, those transcripts. Let me just say, accumulative through the 4 years, 1.7 GPA.
Or
Well,
It was
hold on.
bad. It was bad, bro.
well, these things though.
Did you wait. Repeat that GPA again? Over 4 years, right?
Bro. I'm telling you, over the 4 years, cumulative 1.7 GPA, brother.
That was my GPA for my freshman year, bro.
Bro, my freshman year was a 0.5.
I shouldn't be laughing, but what do you
You're
think
good.
contributed to that though? What do you think contributed to that? Do you really
I
a lot of folks like to blame their vision for not being successful.
I didn't care. I didn't study. I just didn't care about school. I just didn't care about school. I failed biology. I failed math. I failed history.
Well, math sucks though, I will say that. History, I think history gets better when you get to the college level, but speaking of college though, so what did you do after you completed high school? Where did you
So
go to school?
after I completed high school, I just kind of stayed at home, kept doing what I kept doing, played video games. I uh I met a girl, of course, in high school, and then it turned out that I had I had a child and stuff, but then that didn't work out, and then I got a job, worked for about a
Hold
year.
on, let's rewind. So when you say it didn't work out, elaborate for the audience. Are you talking like the relationship with her or the kid,
Yeah,
or what do
no,
you
not
mean?
yeah, just a relationship.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out. It was an on and off thing for 3 years, and it just didn't work out.
And how young were you guys? Or how old were you
Like
guys at this time?
I was in my like early 20s,
Yeah.
How
and
many
she was
things
in
work out, Flavius, like at that age, bro? Like,
not a
I
lot.
mean,
Well, they say anymore that the normal is like serial monogamy. Cause, I was married in my 20s, but I'm not married to that person now.
Mm,
And
it's very rare though to have that high school sweetheart in your life, though.
yep, yep.
yeah. So when you got the job, what kind of work were you doing?
I was working at Pizza Hut. That was my first
Yeah.
job,
Okay. Yeah.
and I was the guy that took care of oiling up the pans for the next day and getting the dough on there and putting it in
Yeah.
the walk-in freezer.
Yeah, I
Yep, that's
remember.
what I did.
Yeah.
'Cause at first when you told me that, bro, like, don't tell me you're a delivery driver.
No, no, no,
No
no.
way, no way.
I remember that though. Pizza Hut, yeah, I totally forgot. And then, so what else did you do after
And
that? How,
yeah,
yeah.
after Pizza Hut, I went ahead and I worked at a potato factory for only 2 weeks. I don't really classify that, but it was only for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
It's called Reese's Fine Foods.
Mm. Can't remember which one my ex-wife worked at. I was like, maybe she bossed you around a couple hours.
Maybe she worked at Lamb Weston.
Yeah, that was the one she worked at, yeah. You wasn't there, right? Not that
Nope,
one?
no,
Yeah, but potato factories, that's from what I've heard, that could really that's a hard job
it
working over
is.
there.
Oh, you gotta make sure you're in time with the belt. Belt's got
Oh
the
man.
yeah, man. The potatoes are coming down the line. You got to put them in the box really quickly, and
Yeah.
it gets tough.
Gosh.
I would've ate
Yeah.
them on the way down. Um, and yeah, and they do 12-hour shifts, right?
Yes,
Wow.
Ugh.
Ooh,
from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Bro, I still work with the school.
man.
I work for the school, bro. I'm dead after, like, 6 hours.
Well, that's my current schedule. But anyways, getting back to my history, I then after that, I actually ended up getting fired because they said that I was a liability to the company because of my vision. So,
Well, why did
anyways,
you never mind, I'm keeping my comments to myself.
I didn't do
Uh,
nothing. I'll tell you, I didn't do nothing. They just said someone in HR saw my name and they saw that I was visually impaired and they've never met me and they just had to let me go.
Yeah.
I'll ask you that, Flavius. So if they hired him and all of a sudden he's a liability and they
But
fired him, why did you hire him in the first place?
I know.
it was through a staffing agency. That's the part that
Yeah, see,
Oh,
they'd send like a what would they call it? Like organizational development thing into the company probably. And those people looked around and said, well, this guy can't see. We should let him go. It's it was a practice that a lot of big companies did. They would hire like an outside group to come in and
hmm
make all the unfortunate decisions. Yeah.
yep. And anyways, so then um left that job. I was
Yeah.
jobless for almost 6 months. And then in August of 22, I ended up getting a job at Walmart and I was a janitor there. And it was easy. All I did was push a broom, get garbage bags, fill the liners, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And
well,
I
your
worked
vision
there.
is obviously good enough to do a job like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, not really. I mean, I can't see the details. Um, my vision is very blurry, uh, and it it really can't help with detail stuff. But I'm getting to that because right now it's worse. But anyway, so 23, I ended up leaving that job in March,
Yeah.
and then I got a job at the school district. They're in the state of Washington. They're uh, in my local area,
Okay.
and so I worked there for about maybe from August 23 till February 24. Um, and the same thing, janitorial, clean, dust,
Yeah.
it was pretty
I'll
pretty easy.
I'll never forget when I saw you bust in our office, and I'm like, "What in the blue hell are you doing here?" You were like, "I work here." I'm like, "What?" I don't know why that shocked me for some reason, probably because I haven't seen you in, like, forever, but the one thing I will say before you continue, I will give you props for trying and continuing and trying and continuing. You know, a lot of folks that I've spoken to over the years, they just become discouraged, like,
Mhm.
you know, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. You know, it just
Yeah.
sounds like based on your history, young man, you just keep going and going and going, and it
I
just
keep going, man. It's
you're
that
like a
young mer
you're that blind energizer bunny. You know, you just keep going and going and going. But let's continue on though. So the school district though, I think that's where you and I lost touch. After that, you know, I had my spiels going on. You had your things. So where did you go after that?
After that, I ended up moving. Well, it was sorta like I was in Minnesota. Um, so I had moved from Washington to Minnesota, and, I ended up not working till about, June in Minnesota, and, I was again a janitor, uh, at a at a grocery store here in the
Yeah.
Midwest, and all I did was just push brooms and do garbage, that's it. Little 4-hour shift, boom, come home. At 11, I'm home by 12 or so, it was simple, easy. I was only there for, 3 months, but something is something, and then I ended up, leaving that job, and I went back to Washington for the holidays for the family, and, I had developed this thing called high drops, and that is where you, um, scratch your eye. So if you use, let's say, the knuckle, not the knuckle, what's that other one? The one that bends on your, index finger. When you bend it, you can feel like when you knock, that one that you knock. I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Like forefinger kind of, the right down there
Yeah,
at the end. Yeah.
yeah, the one that you use to knock on doors. That one,
Yeah.
I ended up when every time I woke up, I would kind of rub my eyes hard, vigorously to get
Oh,
the eye boogers out. And
yeah.
one day I did that, and like that, boom, I ended up developing this tear, and fluid filled up in my eye. And I was literally basically total because I couldn't see anything. It was just like
Oh
looking
wow,
through fog,
Wow.
absolutely fog. Yeah.
so
And
scary.
it was scary for me. That's where I really had to learn my O&M skills, which I hadn't
Yeah.
had my O&M skills at that point since like high school. So it was tough, but I did it.
Yeah.
I would say one of the hardest things that I could tell was finding like candies or finding, you know, Gatorades. I have to call my girlfriend, and she's visually impaired herself, but she has some vision. She'd have to put me under her CCTV. That's the computer with big screen, and
Yeah.
to zoom into her phone to see what I'm looking at on FaceTime for her to tell me, "Oh, honey, go to the right, go to the left."
Damn,
She had
that's
to do
pretty
that.
creative. I would have never
Yeah.
thought of doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, now you could use like those meta glasses to do that kind of thing, but they haven't been around that long.
Have you heard of
No.
those, little bro?
I've heard of those. I am not really too big into those, but yeah, the thing that I would say is after that experience, they started to give me eye drops to eye doctors, and surprisingly, it took about a month and a half, and my vision started to come back slowly.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I know that
but
must have
it's
been frightening though. That's
big time. It was scary, and
yeah.
now the scar is where my pupil. where I look. So I look through a little basically hole.
Yeah.
A little hole. Uh, uh, so my pupil is not all the way black circular. It's, I would say, literally a little hole. It's weird. So I don't have full vision like some people do with their um, degrees of vision. So as far as looking, whatever the degrees are that you can see, I have tunnel vision on top of that. So
Yeah.
How does your family feel about I know to be on the real, like, when you're an adult, you
mhm.
can do whatever you want, but some families, when they have a blind child that become an adult, they don't want them to leave because they're blind. So how did your family feel about you dipping all the way to Minnesota?
Mhm. My family was at first a little worried and hesitant, but they understand that they want me to be successful and be better, and it's worked out so far. Minnesota's been great.
Elaborate
Good.
on that. So what's happened since then? Any
Since
success stories in Minnesota?
oh gosh, yes. Let's see. I ended up going to the Lighthouse Center for Vital Living. That's like it's like an intensive blindness adjustment to blindness training.
Like, what kind of stuff you would do there?
I would what I would do there is I would uh let's see. They taught me O&M skills the right way.
Yeah.
They taught me O&M, taught me how to cook properly, taught me how to use the blindfold, taught me some braille. So I know, first, what do you call it? First grade braille, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grade 1.
Grade
Yeah.
1, yeah. Grade 1 braille.
What do you like to
Well,
cook? They taught you how to
uh,
cook. What do you like to cook?
I like to cook. Well, I mean, I get frustrated when I cook. So for the most part, I leave it to my girlfriend to cook.
Yeah.
But I do
Smart
I do
smart
know how
man.
to cook.
You're in good company 'cause we might cook, but neither of us care that much about cooking.
But my
And
favorite thing I would say would be steaks. I love making steaks.
Yeah. Good.
what else has gone on? I'm waiting for you to mention a certain thing. That's where I'm headed.
Well, let's see. I mean, I can go back and tell you. So when I was 15, I did join the Young Marines organization.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's kind of
Okay.
like, it's led by Marines, real
Yeah.
Marine veterans, but it's for the younger teenage kids and younger kids. Teaches you discipline, teaches you military standards, uh, teaches you, you wear your military uniform, and
Yeah.
yeah, it teaches you all about the young Marine history and all that. So that's what I did. I was a rank. I never really ever got to a rank of private first class, but I was only a private, and I only stayed a private. But I know that doing that really helps me
Yeah, still
develop
though,
myself.
if it had a positive, like,
Yes, oh, it
effect
did.
on you, that's great.
100%. And then that's when, as far as when I got jobs, that's really what, I would say developed that drive that I have now at this moment here. But
Yeah.
anyway, so going back to what my buddy out there, Mr. Kim Son, was alluding to, what else has happened? Well, I'll tell you, fresh out of high school, I started I started to teach myself how to play guitar
Yeah,
all by myself. YouTube videos, learned how
right.
to make my chords. Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
And now, now all I play is old country, old, 1950s, 1940s,
Yeah.
60s country.
Yeah, like the classic country.
Oh, yes.
Hank
100%.
Williams and those
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hank Williams is my absolute favorite.
Okay.
Say, hey, good looking.
There you go.
What you got cooking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I
see.
remember you telling me, bro, like, I think when you were here in town, I can't remember because I didn't look at the location on your
Mhm.
post, but you said you were playing the guitar and some owner of a bar, whatever, just walked up
Yep.
to you and said, "Hey,
Mhm.
do you wanna play one night?" Whatever. Did you get paid for that?
No, I never got to it. The gentleman ended up getting in trouble with the law, so that never happened, but he was very impressed with my singing and playing. I was
Yeah.
playing somebody else's guitar. I wasn't even playing my vintage old guitar at the time.
Yeah.
You got you sing no, I've never heard you sing, bro. That's pretty dope, and I should get you on a song one day.
Well, I'll tell you what, we should get another podcast here, another episode, and I will take out my guitar.
Yeah, we could have you
Yeah.
coming back. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
let's
have to figure that out some way and get some music happening. I play guitar also, but you were saying that you're really partial to like the classic country, Hank Williams, and do you go like as far forward as like Merle Haggard and those guys, or is it mainly in the 50s that you like?
Mainly the 50s, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
yeah,
50s Webb Pierce, Ray
yeah,
Price.
right.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
those guys were huge influences because, like, not just on country, but on a lot of the kind of adjacent rock and roll and stuff that was going
Mhm.
on at the time.
My good buddy Frankie Miller, he sang the song Blackland Farmer. When the Lord
Yeah,
made me, he made a simple man. Not much money, not much land. He didn't make me no banker or legal type. And when the Lord made me, he made a Blackland farmer.
very
Mhm.
good.
Oh yeah. And I've heard, people say you got that 50s sound, man, and that just keeps me going. It excites me.
Good.
Hang on a minute. It
Yeah.
excites
are
me,
you gonna do anything with this, bro, or is it just like on the side hobby type thing? With your talents with the guitar, you're gonna try to turn that into something?
I haven't found anybody really to, sponsor me,
Yeah.
as
Well,
far as playing guitar.
but try like open mics and
Oh, I've done
stuff.
that.
Yeah, because the more you can get out and be seen, somebody will come along. Because that's what you're doing is kind of unusual right now. The, uh,
Mhm.
the emphasis on country is, like, completely different, and it doesn't really honor that, what do you call it? The genesis of country back in the '50s.
Yep.
But but yeah, get out to those open mics, and I bet something will happen for you.
Yeah, I haven't ventured into open mics here in Minneapolis. I'm in Minneapolis currently.
Yeah.
I haven't I haven't gone to open mics there, but I've gone to open mics in Duluth when I lived up in Duluth when I was doing the Lighthouse program up there. I did the
Yeah.
open mics there, and boy, they loved me. Every time I came in with "Hey, good looking," the
Yeah.
crowd cheered, and I'd
Good.
have a.
There you
But boy,
go.
I'll tell you, man. From where I started, even in my guitar journey, I started with a Takamine guitar. That's
Yeah. I used to have a Takamine.
Yeah, and then I worked my way up and bought and sold, and they were cheapies. And then I bought my first Martin, and which is a guitar company, the oldest in the United States.
Yeah.
They were established in 1833. But anyways, I ended up buying myself a Martin. It was a 2006, uh, and it's called an HD 28. Now I know that's a lot of, or HD 28V, but that's a lot of lingo. But what
Yeah.
that means is it's got vintage specs of the 1930s.
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
nice guitar. I've played one of those before.
mhm.
It's very specific sound.
Oh yeah, I loved that guitar. I'll tell you.
Good.
But then it
Yeah.
ended up getting stolen from me, and then I went with, through cheaper guitars, recording
Yeah.
cans and stuff after that for a few years, and then I bought an Alvarez, and that didn't really, scratch the itch of that Martin sound till I
Yeah.
finally had the cash to buy a a 2013 um, D28 Authentic 1941, which the Authentic series is like,
Wow.
those are like the best of the best modern wise as far as specifications to the
Yeah, yeah,
closest
because they hew
things.
them to the old
Mhm.
standards. That's
Oh
right.
yes,
Well, very
100%.
good.
Yeah, I loved it, and then ended up getting rid of that one, and then I actually went vintage. So now I own a 1949 Martin D18.
Okay,
which is a
good.
mahogany guitar, and it's the D means dreadnought, which is their biggest size of guitar. So
Yeah,
it
the big
really
bodied, yeah.
it resonates well with the country music that I play.
Very
So
good.
if you ever participate in a open mic night, young man, would you be willing to record it and send it to me, and then we could put it on the podcast?
Sure. I mean, we'd have to, cut it and maybe put the best part in there. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
I could
we would let you make that decision,
yeah.
like what was the best one.
well,
Yeah,
I do have
usually
I do have a recording I could send over, and we could probably slice it in. It's from an old open mic when I had my old guitar. I had a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
mhm.
mean, you could send it, whenever you can, and I could insert it in post-production, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good to me. Yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen.
Yeah, but that's good that you
One
ought to
thing
stay with that music. That'll keep you sane.
the one thing
I
do I
love.
like I said, after hearing your story up to now, like, I really do admire just your get up and go. You just keep trying, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And you just keep moving
Yeah.
forward. You don't rest on your laurels. You don't just throw your hands up like, "I'm done." I respect that grind.
Here's the thing. B Being on Social Security, it's called SSI, is very easy to get into that loop. "Well, I'm getting $900 a month, whoop, whoop," and I'll just stay at home and chill. When you go out to the real world or when you go out and work, when you go and work and stuff and earn your bread, it gets better. It gets better, it feels better. Um,
Yeah,
the SSI
I had a
yeah.
similar experience too, Dan, when I got my first job. I was like about 23-ish, I guess, before I was
Mm.
able. And I agree with what you're talking about. I just remember a friend of mine was helping with my first paycheck that I got, and I just thought, "Wow, I'm gonna be getting something like this every 2 weeks.
Yup,
That's
yup.
unbelievable." A
Exactly.
lot of toothpaste, you know? You
Oh,
start
yeah.
you start budgeting and stuff, but yeah, hearing what you're saying
I
about
remember
that.
my first paycheck though, because believe it or not, Daniel, like my first job was working at Walmart, the one out in Richland, the one
Oh, man.
that's when they opened, right? So, they had me there for 2 months. My first paycheck was like $180. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I was so mad.
Sounds like they didn't give you much hours, bro.
No, and plus I was a door greeter though too. I stood there at the front. "Hi, welcome to Walmart. Hi, welcome to Walmart." I never thought I could fall asleep standing up, but I did.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's
Luckily,
funny.
no luckily nobody was coming into the store at that time, but so would you happen so, okay, we're gonna, call it no, I don't wanna say quits, but we're gonna get ready to shut her down, so if you were to reflect back on how old are you? 27?
27, I'll be 28 in August.
Alright.
Yeah, so how would you feel how things have been for you up until now? Like I said earlier, I mean, you did this job. I mean, you were doing things that I'm like, why would he do that? Because he's grinding, he's
Well,
trying, like the potato factory, really?
yeah, that was just to get some money in the bank. But let me tell you, I did a certificate in information technology, September of 2025 through December, and I got it. And
Congratulations.
Good.
thank you. Yeah, and I had a 4.0 for my first semester there,
There
That's
you
a
and I got
go.
huge
yeah,
jump from
That's
1.7,
right.
whatever it
See,
from
so
was.
1.7.
you
Yeah.
mastered that studying skill just fine. You did great.
Well, and it's something that I was interested in, and that's
Yeah.
information technology. Working with networks and
Yeah.
understanding, all that stuff.
All that
That's
7-layer
exciting.
protocol and all that
Oh,
crazy stuff.
the
Oh,
OSI.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. That
Good.
707 protocol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to do that a long time ago, and I'm an older guy, Daniel. I'm like 67, and they
Mm.
had me in one of those classes, and man, I was like serious out of my depth. I was like barely able to keep up with that stuff, but it's very
It's
I
exciting.
really respect people who can do that stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, and, you know, I'm looking, you know, as I'm working still as a janitor, I'm also, you know, applying to other jobs that are IT related
Good.
because, you know, the grind never stops.
I
It
like that
doesn't.
consistency, though. I like the fact
Yeah.
that this is not me slamming on you, but I just can't help but to see that everywhere you went, you were a janitor.
I mean,
You can
what can
come
I
over here and
say?
clean my house, bro.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I'll pay you Washington State hours.
I'm good, bro.
What's the pay like, man? Is it you don't have to mention numbers, right? So, but is it way different in Minnesota compared to Washington?
I
What you're
mean,
making?
I'm making more than I've ever made in Washington.
Like the janitorial stuff you were doing for the school
Yeah.
district.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember you told me that the other day, but we're just letting the audience know. But I don't
Yeah.
know. Isn't Minnesota, like, cold all the time, though? I wouldn't go.
That I mean, it's known as Minnesota, so I mean,
There
you
you
know,
go.
it's known,
That's
you
where
know.
the guys have to plug the, car engines into that thing at night to keep the blocks from cracking, right?
That's way like in Alaska. No, that's way up
Yeah,
in Alaska.
okay, okay, so maybe it's not quite
Minnesota
so
just gets
bad.
cold and snowy sometimes, but we get that brutal Arctic wind sometimes.
Yeah.
So
But you get
nothing like
used to it.
Tri-Cities. Nothing like Tri-Cities,
Heck
right?
no, heck no.
There's
Tri-Cities is like Arizona weather, sorta, compared to Minnesota. That's like
not the
Arizona
summer,
weather.
bro. You remember the summers here, man.
Oh, come on, 100, maybe 90. Come on, yeah, yeah, I know.
Hell on earth here during the summer.
What was that?
Hell on earth here in the summer.
Oh
You
yeah.
could throw an egg on the ground, man. It'll be cooked in like a couple minutes.
And here, the highest really it gets is maybe 90 degrees for a week, and that's it.
Wow.
If you remember, young man, that'd be a low to us over here sometimes.
I know, man. That's why I said compared to Minnesota, Tri Cities is literally Arizona.
Yeah, the tropics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Desert,
big
yeah.
difference.
How's your son doing? You mentioned earlier you have a son. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's great.
How old is he?
He's great at math. He's great at
Un-
math. He's
Unlike Papa, right? Papa's
unlike me. Yeah, he's
he's
great
gonna
at
be
math.
teaching you. Hey, Dad,
Yeah,
1 plus 1.
yeah. You know, 7 plus 10, whatever. You know, plus
Equals
whatever
70.
equals something 69 or 67 or whatever. I don't know.
How old is he
Anywho,
now? How old is he
I
now?
he's 6
What is that? Second grade? First grade?
for
First grade, wouldn't it?
kinder.
Yeah.
He's in kinder right now. He started late, but anyway.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say because if you were born after August 30th, right, you just have to start late.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
school is he at, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll tell you that outside of the call, outside of
Mm.
the when it's done.
Oh, okay. No problem. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm not on Facebook anymore, bro. Like I'm on there when I share
I know
like
you like sometimes share life stuff here and there or your music and stuff.
yeah, in the podcast now. It's just
Mhm.
the access. I don't know if it's like using Facebook on the computer just makes me want to like pull my hair out. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
if it's gonna take me 30 minutes to tell people what's on my mind, I'm gonna lose my damn mind
Really? I
because
know. What mind? I had mine 30 minutes ago. Yeah. That'll only get worse as you get older, so be prepared.
yeah. So I wish I was 27 again. When I was 27, bro, I graduated. That's when I started working for the school district, August of 2007.
Dang. So I met you when you were my age. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I started August 29th, I believe,
And
2007. 2 months after
and
I graduated.
you haven't changed a bit. You still look the same, bro.
I don't know if that's a compliment
That's a compliment.
or
That's a compliment. Don't don't take that don't take that as anything weird. That's a compliment.
I
It's
appreciate that,
great.
young bro. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, man. Because the last time I saw you, I just remember your bright ass red
Y-
sweatshirt that you were wearing. Remember when
Oh,
my one of my daughters dropped me off over there?
yep. It was a bright red shirt that I had on at the
Yeah,
time. Yep.
and we called Pam, and she didn't know who you were.
Mhm.
The good old days, man. Are you ever gonna be back in town?
When I get out of debt and when I have money, for sure.
Okay,
Oh,
man. You
you
should come back here.
stay with that information technology, and you'll have some money.
Oh, yeah, man, I know that.
There you
Trust,
go.
You're gonna be making
especially
more.
if you
Yeah, you're gonna be making more money than me, bro.
That's
well,
right. He's
yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's gonna make you buy him a 6 of Modelo when you come out there.
Ain't that the truth? Yep.
Well, man, I will say though, in all seriousness, I am proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You just seem like you just have something that's pushing you and driving. I
Got
mean,
that
because it has to
stamina,
be,
yeah.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The stamina, the resilience. What's your
I don't give
motivation
up,
behind
man.
that though? I mean, are you trying to like you just want money, or you just like to work, or what's your motivation behind just going
Work
and
keeps
going?
me busy. Work keeps me busy. And right now, for sure, it's getting out of debt. But then after I get out of debt, it's just passive income at that point. I just work and get the money and all that, and all is good. That's it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, man, you're young. You just don't continue to dig the grave. Just try to get out of that grave, you
No,
know,
I know.
which you're doing. Like I said, so information technology. So if I ever have computer issues or if my co-hosts ever have computer issues, we can call you.
Yeah, you just have to turn off voiceover or JAWS, and I could remote in and help you out.
Alright.
What do you use for remote?
Well, I mean, I normally use like I don't know what it's called. I think it's called AnyDesk or something to be able to remote in.
Yeah, there are 3 or 4 different ones. I know there are a
Yeah,
couple of different ones for the Mac, but,
Do
yeah.
you use Quick Assist?
I've never used that one. I use Windows operating systems, and I don't
Yeah, you
use.
could use that on. I think that's what Microsoft uses. Quick Assist, I
Mhm.
believe it's called. But no, I'm just messing with you, bro. But I am really happy for you, man. And
Thanks, dude.
I
I
wanted you to
appreciate it.
come on here and tell your story.
Yeah.
I do respect the grind because that's how I am. You and I talked off record, off air
Yep.
about me grinding on the daily.
Oh, I know.
And any last words of wisdom before we let you go that you would like to pass on to the listeners?
Tell the listeners, no matter how hard it gets, just keep going. Just keep
Right.
trying. Don't give up. Keep trying.
Just do it, as we
That's
Just
say.
do it.
right.
Yep.
There you
Just do
go.
it.
So,
Common theme.
before we let you go, I don't know anything about a Hank Williams song, but in your best Hank Williams voice, sing your way out of the interview.
Sing my way out of the
Yeah, pick a
interview.
song. I
Well,
don't know. I don't. What does Hank Williams have a
well,
goodbye, see you later song type thing?
I
Uh,
mean, well, we'd have to a cappella it.
yeah, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I heard you singing a moment ago.
I
You're like
mean,
Mariah Carey, bro.
this, uh, well, we could sing our way out. We'll do a good song. This
You
is a
sing your
Hank
way out, and
Williams.
you sing your way out, and once you're done singing, just hang up. That's what I mean about singing your way out.
Well, okay, that sounds good to me.
All
Here
right.
here goes. This song's called "I Saw the Light." We're gonna end it with this.
You
I
I
go.
just
wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Just like the blind man, I wander alone. Worries and fears I claim for my own. Then, like the blind man, that God gave back his sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. There you go.
All right. Thanks, Daniel.
A little
all
bit of Hank
right.
singing
Good
for
job.
you.
Very
Good job.
nice.
Now just imagine me with my guitar. Woo!
That's right. But
Woo!
you did good.
Key of G for your guitar
Alright.
aficionados.
There you go. The people's key.
That's right.
All right. Thanks,
Hey,
Daniel.
thank you guys for having me on. I
Really
appreciate you guys.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Hope to be on here some other time.
Yes,
Good.
sir. Next time when you're with your guitar.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
Very good.
Now, if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be back here again with my guitar.
Very good.
You take care of yourself, young man. We'll
Have a
talk
good
soon.
one, man. Yeah, thank you guys
Alright.
for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Oh, I have a frog
Alright.
on my throat.
Well, that was very interesting in the way that I use the word interesting, but
You
your
really need to work on your vocabulary, though.
your point is right, though, about stamina. He just
Yeah, he just
insisted
doesn't give
on
up, though. Like,
yeah.
going. It's just like you would think some people they go from job to job to job to job because, oh man, I owe somebody money. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
I just like to work, or I don't know. It's just when
But
I
but think back to what he was saying just about the experience of working itself. I mean, and this is no slam on people who don't work or who haven't worked, but for me, working was like an essential part of like the final act of growing up. And I think he was kind of saying that, he was saying he got out and worked and it was just better for him. So, yeah, he was, inspiring there in his own way.
yeah, I mean, that just goes to show you that everyone has different pathways and everyone defines quote unquote success differently, you know? I
Yeah,
mean, you don't always have to have a college degree because apparently school wasn't his thing.
yeah, but he got into, like, that information technology, and see, that stuff he's talking about is super advanced. It's not just like programming, it's the underlying innards of the networks that
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel
yeah,
you, man. I mean,
it's out there.
starting pay at least over here is like 40K for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and it would go up
That's
even with
starting, yeah.
even with AI and everything else. Yeah, it that'll be around a while.
And when I picked up on the guy, he just seems like he's not bashful. Like, I don't want to show you that I can play the guitar. I don't want to show you that I can sing. I'm scared. You know what I mean? Because some people, when they're blind, not all, I'm not stereotyping y'all, because you can't see how people react or reacting. I think that's why people hesitate. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've seen him in public. He just has no fear.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's gonna jump in front of a blue tiger elite, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, not everybody can handle that now. It takes a very special person to get in front of that blue tiger elite. It's
yeah, I mean, you don't wanna mess with the blue tiger. I mean, it's an elitist after all, you know?
yeah, and that's the worst kind, that's all the way up there. Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed his story, his grinds, and, just like all the other shows, you know?
yeah.
So any feedback, last comments from you, sir, before we roll on out? But before I get that from you, it's Kim Sport, and just to clarify, when I say it's Kim Sport, and that's it's part of the email, okay, guys? So it's ITSKIMS4N@gmail.com. That's how you can reach out for feedback, for hate, for whatever you want to say to me.
But he likes
And
the positive stuff better. Who
I'm
wouldn't?
yeah, I got thick skin, man. I'm a fat boy, so I can
Watch
handle
out.
I can handle the heat, bro. So
Cool.
your email address, how can people get a hold of you, sir?
If you wanna talk to me, you can email Bradford, Bradford, dot Trainham, Trainham, @gmail.com, and I'll answer you back.
Alright, guys, so share, subscribe, 5 stars, and I would like to and if I remember, every podcast by telling everybody to stay humble and hungry.
There you
Go out and
go.
get yours. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.